Hey Internet, Colorful Arty's back for another episode of Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons Cursed. In the last episode, we beat Level 5, the Unicorn's Cave. In this episode, we'll be going on a treasure hunt, since we need to get 4 jewels before we can enter the 6th dungeon. So you'll remember a few episodes ago, I showed you guys that in the Horon Village shop, you can buy a treasure map. That'll basically mark 4 spots on your map where the jewels are hidden. But I've actually played this game before, so we don't need that. Alright, so the 4 locations on the map, sorry Maple. That's not an ideal screen, since there's the giant shop in the middle of it, and a lot of the good stuff tends to fall right in the middle of the building. But anyway, so the first of the jewels is over in the western shores, over by the Hero's Cave. And in case you were wondering, no, you can't get to the 6th dungeon before you beat the first 5, because one of the jewels you can't get until you've beaten the first 5 dungeons. So you'll notice there's a lit torch over there, except we can't walk that far through the water. Luckily, we've got a slingshot. The Black Beast rests here. Alright, so if we shoot this with a mystery seed... It's a Moldworm, and it gives you the mini-boss fame despite the fact that it's a common enemy. And for that we get the Xshaped Jewel. Alright, next up on the list there's one in Mount Cuckoo. Actually, it's like right next to the Dancing Dragon dungeon. But before we go there... Stop making bombs in that house! Come on, dude. That's not okay. Ooh, proof of concept. So, if we have the sword equipped to our B button, we can actually use it underwater. I guess that's one of the advantages to having your sword at the B button. I still prefer having the sword at the A button though, just because I'm playing on a GameCube controller and the A button's a lot bigger than the B button, so I like rapidly tapping the A button more. Alright. Time to make it spring. If you make it autumn in Mount Cuckoo, you can move some mushrooms to get to a gaseous seed plot, but it's not that important. Move it, Mo. Yeah, so... if you dive in that corner. Secret underground cavern. So yeah, you'll probably not find that without getting the treasure map on your first playthrough. Also, fun fact, if you're playing a linked folder from Oracle of Ages, then the Pyramid Jewel will actually not be here. It would have been here, except one of the Onyx's minions will have moved it to the cavern south of Sunken City, where you have to dive in that one conspicuous patch. However, we're doing a Heroes playthrough, so that doesn't really matter. Look at Deku Scrub. Oh, I had never moved on that screen before. Go figure. Also, I'm going this way because, if you'll remember, I planted a gaseous seed in that one really rare, gaseous plot. And it's time to harvest that. Hopefully it'll have a magic potion, since I really don't feel like blowing almost all my money on a new one. Come on, magic potion. I don't know, I guess a ring's alright as well. And how many gaseous seeds do I have? I've only got 2, alright. not worth the risk. Alright, let's go back to Spool Swamp. Here's one we actually could have gotten before entering Poison Moth's lair, believe it or not. Since all you need is to make it winter. Do-do-do-do. Oh yeah, I forgot pretty much all the enemies disappear in winter. That's nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, cracked ice makes you, fall through the ice. Yeah, so if we go down this way... Okay, watch out for those guys, they hurt a lot. Because it's winter, that tree has shrunk in size, so we can reach this cavern. And here we get the square jewel, hooray! And I just realized I probably should have saved this for last, because the entrance to the 6th dungeon is actually pretty close to Spool Swamp. Whoop! Ow. Yep, so this is the piece of art I was talking about where you have to make it spring in order to make that coral disappear. Pegasus seeds, normally you need moosh to get over that, but not anymore. And we're cutting back to North Horon through here. I think this has a rain in it. Yep. Alright. So now that we have the flippers, we can actually swim a lot through North Horon to areas we haven't been able to reach before. And if we go in here... Oh, Keeper of the Essences, I have awaited your arrival. I give you this. And now we get the final jewel, the round jewel. He will not give you that until you get the first 5 essences from the first 5 dungeons. It's kind of a lame cop-out, but the game makes you wait to get that one. They don't want you going to the 6th dungeon before going to the other dungeons. Which is a good idea, because the 6th dungeon is one of the toughest in the game. I hate Zolas. They're basically weird Zora hybrids. And also, gaseous seed plot on this island as well. Man, North Horon just has a lot of gaseous seed plots. And not enough shores. Oh, come on. What's it take for a guy to swim around? And find a shore? What? My strategy is spend as much time underwater as you can and take, like, half-a-second breaks to get some air. That way you can avoid all enemy fire. Literally, because Zolas shoot fire. Okay, so watch those pits. Never mind. So these pits do not fill in autumn, but some pits do. You also remember we saw some mushrooms way back at the beginning. We're gonna go pick them to reach a secret cavern. And unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to make it to the 6th dungeon in one video. Which I'm impressed by. Oh yeah, there's also a secret rupee cavern up if you make it summer. We might visit that. Okay, those guys can shoot fireballs occasionally, yep, like that. Not all the time, but some of the time. This better be something worthwhile. I'm pretty sure it's just a rain or something. But hey, that's 10 rupees. Cool, and since we're technically not in the water, we can actually use a Gale Seed to warp out of there. Now, I can't remember if I actually planted a gaseous seed up here. Yes, I did! Potion? Ah, just a rain. If you like it, then you should have put a rain on it. Nope. I want to equip the Rod of Seasons. Stupid old potion shop. Such a pain in the neck to reach. It's an even bigger pain in the neck to reach in H's, because there's no warp tree even remotely close to it. Here, take all my money. Alright. So now, onward to the 6th dungeon. If you'll remember on this screen, there's that little log that leads up. Oh! If I had to use my magic potion right there, I would have been so ticked. But yeah, so this is Tarm Ruins / the Lost Woods. So if we perfectly put in all our jewels, the door will open up. And welcome to one of the most interesting overworld puzzles in the game. This is basically like, hey, let's have fun with the seasons. So, first thing we're gonna do is make it summer so we can climb up here. Red Dark Nuts, they're not too hard, especially if they have swords. Now we can climb down here and see that little Armo statue. Just give it a push and staircase appears up there. I know that doesn't look like much, but now we can proceed with the puzzle. Because now if we make it winter, we can move on back here and snow appears. So now we can walk up here. And also, push the Armo statues. Okay, you can't push that one. Then if we make it spring, they have now successfully sunk into the water. And if we make it winter again, they'll now be like frozen underwater, which is a nice touch. Ow! No! My magic... I just blew 300 rupees on nothing! I needed that for the dungeon. I surrender. In return, I offer my advice. If you are lost in the woods, travel west, then south, east, and north, taking each step in a warmer season. So that guy basically tells you how to get through the Lost Woods coming up next. Oh! And I forgot, if I wanted to, I could actually go to Subrosia now that we have the magnetic gloves and get the shield upgrade. But seeing as how I don't really use my shield anyways, and the shield upgrade really isn't any better, I'm gonna skip that at least for now. So yeah, this is Like Land, and there's a fairy fountain in there, which I could have used a bit earlier, but to no avail. So then if we go down here, do-dee-dee-dee, it's staring at your phonograph. Play it. D, what a tune, I love it. I'll teach you the way to my secret spot. If the temperatures rise as you go far to the west, you'll find it. So that's basically the end of the trading sequence. He tells you where to go in the Lost Woods in order to find the secret spot. Why are there so many like-likes in the Lost Woods? So, Lost Woods... yeah, you'll never... if you head east, then you'll get out, but the Lost Woods are interesting in this, in that you have to travel certain directions in certain seasons. So first he said if the temperatures rise as you go to the west, then you'll find it. So, where I'm from, spring tends to be a lot colder than autumn, but it goes winter, autumn, spring, summer. I don't know. I find we only really get 1 month of actual spring here. Alright, go west one more time, and this spot's not even on the map. And you get the Sacred Noble Sword! Yes! Alright, so the Noble Sword is twice as powerful as the regular sword. It can shatter pots with a swing, so we won't have to use the power bracelet to get rid of them. And most important of all, if you have full hearts, it'll shoot sword beams. Sword beams don't lose attack power when you're playing on a cursed playthrough. So we'll be using sword beams quite a bit in the playthrough, especially for the 7th boss fight. Out of my way, like. And I already screwed up. Alright, we have to go west, south, east, north, taking each step in a warmer direction. So winter west, autumn south, hope the like doesn't eat us. People say likes look like pancakes. I do not see it. So you'll notice even though we went to the right and that's supposed to take us out of the Lost Woods because we're following the sequence, it doesn't take us out. And also, these are Red Armos Knights. Avoid them if you can, because they're very hard to kill. And welcome officially to Tarm Ruins, and we have another Gale Seed Tree. So another warp point. And these are Mace Dark Nuts. They are annoying. What the? That guy, like, literally pushed me off the screen. He did it again! The sword beams are much safer, and it only took 4 hits to bring him down as opposed to, like, 8. And like I said, sword beams only work if you have full HP. So we're going to try to keep full HP as much as possible. Really? Alright. So there's nothing up here. We're going to have to make it winter in order for snow to give us a boost. There is a rocket flower there, but it basically brings us to an area where we're surrounded by statues and can't progress any farther. Ooh, also, before I forget, there's a gaseous seed plot over in this area. This is another one of the best gaseous seed plots, at least in terms of rain rarity. This is lovely. This is lovely. Oh, jerkwad. So yeah, blue Dark Nuts, they take quite a few hits to kill, even with the Noble Sword. Look at that. Can you imagine how many hits they would take to destroy if you were using the wooden sword? So yeah, now we can push that statue over. And as you can see, that will bloom in the spring, but we can't do anything to get past it right now. Spring has sprung, and so has Link. Okay, now we have full HP again. Hee, Arty. Know this, foolish boy. If you save Din, the world will be filled with destruction, sorrow, and despair. Our great sacrifice will be offered, and the evil king revived. Then people will know true pain as darkness falls across the lands. Hee. Ho 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 ho. I just wonder what Ganon's up to. And on that weird note, welcome to Level 6, the Ancient Ruins, the largest dungeon in the entire game. And that's where we're going to end the video off here. So I'm Colorful Arty, hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and God bless.